Hello everyone. I thought I'd just post a quick video to say how excited I was to receive two new Wildlife-film.com member book review copies today. Very exciting. The first one is Wild Treasures, a year of extraordinary encounters with Cornwall's wildlife by the effervescent Hannah Stitchfall. I love it how it says, as seen on TV there. Hannah was a wildlife film school student some years ago, and Piers and I said immediately that she would go on to do great things, have great success, and she's certainly doing that, certainly doing well for herself. You'll know her from Springwatch fame, I'm sure, and many of you will follow her on Instagram. She does really very good, beautifully made and well presented pieces on wildlife, looking for wildlife, filming wildlife, and her in wildlife. Really wonderful, and she is a wonderful person. So the book says, get up close to Cornwall's wildlife with the magical guide of the year. Join wildlife presenter and zoologist Hannah Stitchfall as she uncovers the hidden treasures of wildlife found all over the Cornish landscape, from brown hares boxing in the grass in the spring to watching an otter cub hunt in the winter. This book is a celebration of the wild species that call Cornwall home. I'm quite sure it will be a great read. Chris Packham says, a celebratory calendar of Cornwall's wildlife. So refreshing. And I'm sure that it is. So I'm very much looking forward to that. Wild Treasures is out now. I'll post links below. So yeah, that's great. I'm sure it's really great. And for those, if any of you don't know who Hannah is, it's Hannah there. Gorgeous girl. So yeah, brilliant. Wild Treasures. And then the second book is Amphibious Soul. Very, very excited about this. It says Amphibious Soul, Finding the Wild in a Tame World by Craig Foster. Craig is a long-time friend of mine, creator of, I'm losing the camera, creator of, founder of the Sea Change Project, and the star of the hugely successful My Octopus Teacher, where he was charmed by an octopus, taught by an octopus, and of course the rest of the wonderful African sea forest. If by any chance you haven't seen My Octopus Teacher, you can find it on Netflix. Many have found it life-changing. I was inundated by bewitched people from all around the world wanting to contact Craig to praise him, tell him how much the film had touched them, or just tell their own stories of their connections with wildlife under the waves. It really did have a huge impact on people all around the world. And so this book, I'm sure, is really going to be quite a read. It says, how we can reclaim the soul-deepening wildness that grounds us and energizes us when so much of the modern world seems designed to tame us. In this thrilling memoir of a life spent exploring the most incredible places on Earth, from the great African sea forest to the crocodile lairs of the Okavango Delta, that's a terrifying film, the Academy Award-winning creator of My Octopus Teacher, Craig Foster, reveals how we can all develop a deep connection with the wild, no matter where we live. Foster explores his struggles to remain present in life when a disconnection from nature and the demands of his professional life begin to deaden his senses, and his own reliance on nature's rejuvenating healing power is put to the test when catastrophe strikes. Foster's lyrical, riveting Amphibious Soul draws on his decades of daily ocean dives and wisdom from indigenous mentors, animal teachers, and leading edge science. I'm really quite sure this is going to be a wonderful read. Craig's films are astonishing. I don't know if you haven't seen some of them, look them up. Things like the crocodile, I forget what it's called, the crocodile film, but he diving with crocodiles in Yokovenga Delta. I couldn't do it. But one of my favourite films of his is the Last Dance. Oh, it's called The Great Dance. No, The Last Dance. Anyway, it's about San Bushman, and it really is something else. Anyway, that's his connection with indigenous people and wildlife. You know, before his fall into some kind of uncertainty about it all happened, and this book hopefully will talk about how he got through it all, disillusionment and all that. He says, I dedicate this book to the natural world for being my greatest mentor, guide and inspiration, and to our great ancestors who ushered us through so many difficult times in prehistory. Yeah, I'm sure it's a beautiful book. Jane Goodall says, an important book that will transform how we think about being human. It is a book that will inspire hope. Jane Goodall. And there's lots of praise for the book. I'm not surprised. James Cameron says, Amphibious Soul is the story of finding wildness in a world gone tame and feeling the hearts of animals beating inside our own. This book will guide you to find your own wild heart wherever you might live. So really looking forward to that. I'm sure it's going to be wonderful. It's not out yet, but you can pre-order it. I haven't got the release date to hand, but I'll put it down below. But yeah, it's going to be a great read, no doubt about it. I'm sure his lovely wife Swati features in it too. We were both admirers of Craig years ago, and actually we met him at exactly the same time at a wildlife film festival at Wild Screen many years ago, 2006 I think, and then later on I went to their wedding in New Delhi. It was a great wedding, great memories of them, and so very excited to read this book. So yeah, get it. Yeah. I was also sent Wetland Diaries by AJ Tagala, about ranger's life and rewilding on Wicken Fen. He's a conservationist, and I'm sure it'll be lovely to read this too. He's a conservationist and wildlife filmmaker, and yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be great. Anyway, cheers.